Then you could tell him a whole lot of lies about me. Scare him off. Or maybe have him for yourself.
Here's what happened to baby Jane. She didn't grow up, she just grew old. She was waiting for that big day that her daddy said would come. That's what happened to baby Jane. Here's what happened to baby Jane. She thought the world was at her feet. That is what her daddy said was true. But her daddy didn't always know. Your daddy doesn't always know. So for the past 40 years, her life has been nothing but tears. Her daddy said something great was to be, and she hoped and hoped and hoped and she hoped.
And that's what happened to baby Jane. To her smile, golden hair,
her golden hair.
Why must everything be so unfair? Now there's no one left to care. And that's what happened to baby Jane.
Oh, Blanche, you know we got rats in the cellar? You wouldn't be able to do these awful things to me if I weren't still in this chair.
And that's what happened to Jane.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
What really happened to Jane?
All this time we could have been friends.
And that's what happened to Jane.
Still a pretty good picture.
What really happened to Jane?
Oh, shut up!
And that's what happened to Jane.
What really happened to Jane?
Don't talk to me about self-respect. That's something you tell yourself you got when you got nothing else. What kind of self-respect is there in living on aspirin tablets and chicken salad sandwiches? Look, Marty, the only thing that counts is that stuff you take to the bank. That filthy buck that everybody sneers at but slugs to get. Oh, I know how you feel. You're a nice guy. But the world isn't for nice guys. You gotta kick and punch and belt your way up, because nobody's gonna give you a lift. You gotta do it yourself, because nobody cares about us except ourselves.
It can't be right. It can't ever be right.
I'm not saying it is. But if you don't do it, what happens? I go back to fit right frocks and wait for the out-of-town buyers. Is that what you want?
You know it isn't.
Then there's no other way. Not for us.
Joan Crawford was born sometime between 1904 and 1909. None of the history books can agree the exact date. In 1925, she was offered a contract by MGM and got small parts opposite established actors like Jackie Coogan and Raymond Navarro. By 1929, she was set for stardom, and this is how Conrad Nagel prepared the public for the unveiling.
Here's one of my favorites, and I know you all like her too, because she's the personification of youth and beauty and joy and happiness. Joan Crawford.
That's awfully kind of you, Conrad. Thank you.
I think Joan has a surprise for you.
Great about your smile, free and easy style. You're a love and child, got a feeling for you. Like you turned up low, like you leave that low. From your head to toe, got a feeling for you.
In the same year, Joan Crawford made a film with Douglas Fairbanks Jr., and later that year, married him. Dancing pictures followed in quick succession, and leading men who left the footwork entirely to Miss Crawford included Franchot Tone and Clark Gable.
Hello, Duchess.
Hello, Mr. G. How many nip-ups today? Feel pretty light on my feet.
Yeah? How'd you get that way? The session in the speakeasies last night?
No. A nice, quiet evening in the open. Trees and a lake and all that sort of thing.
Out with the rich folks, eh?